Yo, and welcome back to Tales of Ark. And if you're enjoying the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. But anyways, back to some Mabinogi on Mabby Monday. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna start the Stardust quest. And why I know the Stardust quest? Because this came out when I was on a break. Well, I mean, like maybe a vacation, or maybe I retired. Because it was like a 4-year or maybe longer break because I was just so burned out on dailies. I was like, oh man, I don't want to keep, all I do is just dailies. I'm too lazy to go do the raids. What was it? It was like the black and white dragon popular back then or something. I think the Divinity was out back then too. Or the what was it? It was like some forest dragon thingy and some other raid and stuff. I was like, oh man, I don't feel like putting in much effort. So yeah, this came out then, or sometimes in that year gap or whatever. So we're gonna go tackle it now. I thought it was a skill set because I was looking for it in the basic, and it's not. It's its own category. So it's society sponsorship. I'm wondering, is this like, did they add faction to this game? God damn, this sheep. Shut the hell up. Where is this sheep? Like, bruh. Come on, dude. But yeah. So, unless they add a faction to the game now, was there array factions? I don't think there wasn't there, right? So I feel like they added this as a faction quest line or something. I mean, this might be the first. I'm not sure if there's more. Maybe unlocking this will unlock the other factions or I don't know. But yeah, let's start. Talk to strange girl. Looking at her, you notice her nicely ironed collar and silk gloves tailored for small hands. You sense a calm and intelligent mind behind her youthful face. The smell of bergamot oil on her hands sense the surrounding air. Her dark gray eyes are gazing at you, full of curiosity. Also, I forgot your name. I'm sorry. Whoever comment about the Dark Knight questline, how Tarlok was willing to sacrifice. Well, I wouldn't say sacrifice. Willing to just throw us out there as bait to like see if we can get more information or try to reach Raori in any way. And I kind of maybe was I thinking that? I'm pretty sure I wasn't, because I was like, maybe Tarlok knows more. I mean, he wears glasses, he knows more than me. He's like a grown ass man. Clearly, this smart, wise sage knows a lot more than I do. So and I remember, I think I believe in the story. I commented like, look, this book is telling me that this Dark Knight armor is bad. This random innkeeper is telling me this Dark Knight armor is bad. This mage at this school is telling me it's bad. This random ass miner. Well, I mean, he was prevalent in G2, I believe, and maybe some part in G1. And maybe G3. Yeah. I mean, he was here and there. Was telling me it's bad. Duncan is telling me it's bad. This man has been with me since the beginning. He's practically my dad or my grandfather. And it's not Teve. Because I did Vindicta Season 2, so I'm thinking of Teve and Sienna. Now it's like practically my mom. Although she didn't have a comment on it. Duncan certainly did. He was like, this armor is bad. You shouldn't do it. But I trust... Did he say I trust in your judgment? Or is like, I think it'll be safer with you. So I was like, everyone is saying this is bad. But Tarlok is saying this is good, or maybe you learned something or something like that. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and in the end, the armor didn't do much. It just annoyed the hell out of me, really, because I think I purified it, and I was like, but then I also read that, hey, if you ever want to become a Dark Knight, you can just come back and do the story. That like do the dialogue or drop the pass. I think I still have it too, somewhere. Maybe I do not. Is this it? Yeah, I do. So I can become a Dark Knight if I want to change my mind later in the future. But yeah, continuing on this faction side quest thing, I think. Strange girl. ... Okay. She's definitely the one who sent the owl telling you to come here. Why is she acting like she didn't? Ask what she needs or ask her name? What the hell's this? Time remaining. How do I know it's going down? It's like all black. Is there like a white spot? Wait, is it that red line? I'll just squint my eyes to see, ask her name. Why did I do it like that? Why not just put a white bar or like make the red bar bigger? Why is it so thin? I'm like sitting, what is this? It's like 28-inch away from my monitor. And I can barely see that thing. You decide to ask her what her name is. Color me surprised. You have no idea why I called you here, and the first thing you ask about is my name. I mean, I could go and keep calling you strange girl the entire time if you wanted. At the moment, there are many things that are more important than that. But before that, I have some tidying up to do, so I'm a bit busy. I'm expecting to check in with the exploration unit from Aria. Let's see. The girl rummaged through her pocket and hands you something. Can you take this and pay a visit to Senid? I used to send her information on new things I come across before I came here. I think it'd be better if she to brief you on the situation. Is there supposed to be a comma right there? No, maybe not. Look, my language art class was terrible, or grammar, whatever they call it. Literature arts, it's terrible. And with that in hand, I have no doubt she will. If nothing else, you will get a better understanding of why you were called here in the first place. To join your faction, I'm assuming. Now, I bid you go and speak with Synod. I just returned not long ago, so I need to clean up. And while I clean, my reading skills, goddamn. I need to think more upon a new hypothesis I postulated recently. Her voice sounds undeniably young. Her calmness, composure, and formality are in every way that of an adult. As soon as she finished addressing you, she turns away, falling deep into thought. You should make use of the item you were given and go meet with Synod at the Royal Castle. Oh, thank you, little girl. Did I just voice cracked it there? Even I couldn't tell at this point. I wonder how long this quest line is. Look, I do have the quest list right here on my phone, but I don't really look at it unless I really need to. Like, what was it, that one mission in, I believe, G7 where they didn't tell me where to go, and I was like, I'm lost. I don't know where to go. What's it need? Soft hair gently frames a delicate face, but it's the woman's eyes that catches your attention. They are filled with thoughtful intelligence. This woman is poised, elegant, and seems fully in control. Hello, Ursula. You're right on time. I was just going over the schedule. I don't know how much you already heard, but thank you for arriving so promptly. I didn't think Melwyn. I am 90% sure that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. Just like tier, to be so forthcoming in soliciting help. Melwyn, the little girl. I mean, that's the only one we met. That's how we started this character. Oh, I thought you already met Melwyn Dumbarton. Did she not introduce herself? Oh, that's just maybe just me being an ass and assuming. Good grief. So you haven't been told anything then? Alright. I knew she wasn't exactly the social type. I suppose I'll just have to explain everything from the beginning. Now, you may be aware of this, since it's not really within your sphere of things, but the Alec Royal Castle is supporting a number of studies to promote new discoveries. To that end, we've been recruiting talents with a number of different academic disciplines. I'm sure you're familiar with the Geological Society that's been dispatched to Aria. Oh yeah, I guess they're out there. But we have the Music Society, yeah. The Society of Astronomy? I was gonna say astronomy. And many other teams contributing their expertise. Look, if you're watching for the first time, my English is terrible and my reading is bad. So if that annoys you, you might as well just stop now and dislike the video or the Reddit post, whatever. The same is true of the Alchemy Society and its Royal Alchemist. I just had a face palm because I'm like, alchemy. I was like, what? We read this word like maybe 2-3 times because I was like, oh, we probably do alchemy for G9. Whose work is overseen directly by Her Majesty. First, will you take this? Zini carefully takes something from the table behind her. Is it a crystal ball? Are you giving me future seeing skills? And hands it to you. A spherical object wrapped in soft fabric. Fascinating, no? Ah, but don't touch it with your bare hands. It'll scatter sooner or later, and physical contact seems to accelerate its dispersion. For a reason unknown, it just can't seem to stay clustered for long. You already met Melwyn in Dumbarton, right? She may be young. Oh, she is young. Like, they said her voice was young, so I was assuming it was like, you know that trope where these like extremely old women, but they're just young or lolly or whatever? It's a thing. If you don't watch anime, you probably wouldn't know. Is there one in this game? Really? I don't think so. I don't think we met a, was it lolly hag in this game? Maybe it's not a thing. Well, this is Korean, right? Yeah, it's Korean because I believe Japan has its own because they even have their own Maple story. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Of the Royal Society of Astronomy. In fact, she's the one who discovered this glittering mote of light. Over the last several months, she's been submitting reports claiming that the movement of the celestial body have been highly unusual. She looked so serious when she requested that an exploration unit be sent to Aria. Not long after that, our exploration unit discovered this strange object. We still don't know where and how this can be used. Previous specimens have only stayed in this form for a day or two before scattering. However, the Alchemy Society has asserted that they believe it holds great potential. Maybe I should move my mic a bit further. There we go. Because of that, a second exploration unit has already been dispatched to provide support. Unfortunately, Melwyn is rather frail of constitution, and so you probably shouldn't be setting up shop. Maybe someone else should, unless she's not that frail, and so it's not frequently able to join teams for field research. That being the case, we dispatch her to Dumbarton to put her talent to work in other ways. I borrowed this so I could brief you on the recent finding, though it appears like it'll scatter soon. Would you return it to Melwyn? How much you don't bet that this thing is not gonna scatter and it's just gonna stay solid the entire time? I feel like this is one of those main character or protagonist thing where it's like, oh, this thing has been acting this way the entire time. Here, you should bring this over to her, and it's like, you're the chosen one, or it didn't scatter in your hands. Maybe we could use you, kind of thing moment. And when you do, please inform her that the discovery has intrigued many, including Easter Maculi II, no clue, a very ruler of the kingdom. Oh, I thought the ruling, was it the ruling monarchy? Is the queen that she just mentioned, or empress? Even now, many of the academic society are working to find a way to control it. We'll have Melwyn inform you if any of them makes substantial progress on that, Ursula. If you have any questions, just ask Melwyn. She's rather fond of explaining things, oh god. And I'm sure she'll be quite thorough. Did you need anything else? No. Motes of light. Is that a Destiny reference? No, it's not. There's no way they would. You wouldn't happen to have given me one, right? Right? Hello? Hello, back to you too. She notices you standing there and quickly greets you in her tiny voice. Then hurriedly starts putting items back in her bag. The silence is becoming more awkward by the second. You should ask her something to get the conversation rolling. Cena told me, so about this orb of light. The Royal Court seems interested in this. So we probably went to click one where she seems like the type that doesn't talk much, but starts talking a lot when it's like a subject that she's interested in. So she probably won't care about what Cena has to say, and she's probably not interested in the Royal Court. So I feel like the orb of light might interest her. So about this orb of light. So Cindy gave you a brief explanation. I should thank her the next time I pay a visit to the castle. It's rather surprising to find out it's still intact though. All the others I collect thus far have disappeared after about half a day. Perhaps there's something else to it. Continue. You hand Melwyn the unstable mote of light. Melwyn takes the mote of light, her calm expression unwavering as she gently places it inside the bag, filled with other instruments and curioso. Why did I pronounce it like that? Just as well you didn't touch it with your bare hands. My current hypothesis is that it's a type of power that cannot be easily harnessed or controlled. Maybe the... what are we called again? The Immortals? We're called something. We're a specific race of people, or human, or... because we can rebuff. I forgot what we're called. It's been a while. Alright. Then are you ready to go? With you? Go where? You mean right now? With you... I mean, duh, that's why she asked. Go where? Does it matter? She's taking us regardless. You mean right now? Well, yeah, she just asked. So, all of these choices are really bad. There should be one that's like, sure, let's go, and then just follow her. Because I feel like she'd probably be upset or mad that she has to explain where we're about to go. But, let's just go where. I heard the exploration unit, oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I have a really rude opinion of her, even though I just met her. I heard the exploration unit that was dispatched to Aria made an interesting discovery, and you, having just returned from the castle, came bearing the remnant of that discovery, and without any harmful effect at that. Interesting. You managed to bring it all the way without scattering its energy. It could be that, how to put it, seems to resonate well with you for some reason. I expected to have a reaction with anyone who came across it. My intuition is usually spot on when it comes to this sort of thing, so I think it would be a good idea to bring you with me. Do I have to carry you since you're like frail? Here, take this. I don't much like going through underground tunnels, and I can't imagine you do either. You accept the item Melwyn thrusts at you. Just probably like throws it at you. The fact that Cindy sent this orb back to me likely means the team found something quite significant at that. At this rate, we'll speak on this further in Solia? Don't be late. Melwyn finishes and slowly starts walking to the distance. Use the wing of glass to follow her to the destination. You know, for royal guards, they do not look like royal guards. Like, you expect them to wear like knight armor or something. They look like mercenary or some sort. Looking at her, you notice her nicely oh. What the? When Earth have been here, I came because I heard there was an emergency, but this isn't what I was expecting. You hear a fallen member of the Society of Astronomy groan, lying face down beneath a tree. Even when I was writing that report I sent you, Melwyn, I was afraid something like this might happen. It's not just me, everyone saw it, right? Yeah, we're still picking up some pretty strong reaction in the area too. We saw this strange light, or, well, there was a light up until someone recklessly got too close to it. A strange light, and one of you just tried to grab it. That was certainly ill advice. I mean, you should have thrown a rock at it, poke it with a stick. We wanted to stop him, but you know how it is, Melwyn. We were all just curious, we couldn't help it. He must have been pretty close to be in this condition. Did he jump in the beam of light or something? He kind of just like free-bird it. This would kind of be like, you know how when you jump into the water and then you just spread out, ego out, like what is it? Legs spread or something, and just smack into the water surface. That's probably how he's feeling right now. Let's get him up so he can tell us more. Perhaps he saw something that might help us. She doesn't even care. Or, well, I mean, they're all like scientists, so they probably want to know. And then the injury comes later. We really have to start making some progress. Otherwise, we won't have enough supplies for the next expedition or fundings. Actually, we used up all the recovery potion. All of them? Are you serious? I'm so sorry. We got so lost in the underground tunnel on the way here. We used up all the potions, but because of that, we were able to make a record for the Wing of Goddess. Oh. Well, thank you for the sacrifice. How do you expect to do any exploration with a crew riddled with injury? Bring more guards? Hiring me? I mean, I could solo it. I don't know how many times you make me repeat myself, but don't ever touch strange things you don't understand with your bare hands. I picked some herbs on the ground the way here. Do you think there'll be any use? What the hell? Didn't she just tell you? I'm not learned in herbology myself, but for my part, I can use a potion as well as anyone willing to trek off into the wild. But I don't think I'll be able to make one. What will happen if I try to brew up some sort of healing tincture and my recipe was off and it only made things worse? Ursula, do you know how to make potion? What potion we talking? Like basic potion? Maybe. Of course. Just yellow. You nod, confident in your medicinal training. Excellent. Thank goodness I had the foresight to bring you along now. Here, take this. It's a good thing I remember to pack it before we came. 1 MP 50. Won't we do a healing potion? Mana potion 50. Oh, mana MP 50 potion. Why not just call it mana potion 50 or 50 mana potion or something? Should be enough. I don't think his condition is dire, but the experience does seem to have taken a lot out of him. Or if he's tired, wouldn't stamina be better? It's not like maybe he got his mana drain or something. You know that Stardust I showed you? He may have a clue that could teach us more about it. So please help me get him stabilized and conscious. You said about using the tool and material Melwyn gave you to create a MP50 potion to administer to the unconscious researcher. Alright. Okay, she gave me one. I was gonna say, be nice if you did. MP50, MP50. I only need one, right? Hey, collected 50 potion. I'll do it off screen so I can rank it. Have you made the potion? Good. First, administer one to the fool behind me. If it improves their condition and they'll fit to talk, I'm going to ask them where they found this strange light. The man lies passed out on the ground, expression still locked in a pain grimace. You carefully administer an MP50 potion to the injured researcher. You did it. You did this all for me? Thank you. That light, it was so strange. Well, just calm down and drink up. Tell me what happened while I was away. Calm down, that's easy for you to say. Melwyn, my stomach's not feeling so hot right now. Oh. The astronomer glares up at Melwyn, continuing to drink the last of the potion with shaking hands. Dude, that's your fault. Why'd you touched it? That's like seeing something randomly in the water and ocean, you poke and then you're like, oh crap, I just got poisoned and I'm gonna die. Like, come on. Hindsight 2020. Phew, I think I'm starting to feel better now. I remember someone shouting at me to be careful, but I just couldn't help myself. Then why are you mad at her? That's your fault. It was just like you said, Melwyn. I followed the shooting star that fell within the expected coordinates, and when we arrived at the landing site, we saw those same phenomenon. It was similar to what we found last time. The glowing motes seemed to waver in their luminosity, with no particular pattern or regularity. Still, it was so transfixing to watch that in the moment I totally forgot we weren't to touch them. It fell here in Solia. Everyone was terrified when they saw you collapse. They seemed to have forgotten where they were. I think it was somewhere near the center of Solia. Just be careful, Melwyn. Don't be like me. Ugh. I suppose I just have to see it with my own eyes. Besides, I still need to collect fragments of substance we've been referring to as Stardust. Because it's contained a power whose origin and effects are unknown. We have to err on the side of caution and analyze every aspect of it. Then whatever we find, we have to ensure it, used for the benefit of mankind. Still, it could prove to be dangerous power we're incapable of controlling, and beyond that, we also have to think of a way to prevent it from being misused. So it's prudent we begin our analysis with minimal delay. To be fair, even if someone did get their hands on it, they probably wouldn't know how to use it. At most I can think of is maybe they found a way to harness his power and use it in like a giant cannon, kind of like Korra, the Legend of Korra. Melwyn chooses her words carefully, striking a balance between benevolence and an appetite for knowledge. She quickly turns and walks away swiftly to the center of Solia. Melwyn breaks into a sprint as she runs off towards the center of Solia. Frail girl, my ass. Damn, she made this sprint? Even I can't make this sprint. Someone probably will have to roll my ass over there. I guess the only thing that excites her is her research interest or topic. There's music now, of all times. Ursulef, I ask that you not approach too quickly. That's the biggest, brightest concentration I've yet witnessed. I've never seen so many individual motes all gather like that. The courses of the celestial body are shifting significantly. And I'm not sure what to make of it. I've seen that strange, flickering light fall from the sky in several different places. For lack of a better term, we of Society Astronomy have taken to calling it Stardust. Yep. Something strange is happening, or has happened. The phenomena we observe in recent months represents a significant departure from what our predictive model would expect, and I'm stumped as to what might be responsible for it all. I didn't mention this in the official report we submitted to the Queen. Alright, so it was the Queen. But this could be a sign of something big on the horizon. At least that's how it seems to me. At present, however, we need to figure out how to physically transport that mass of energy. I mean, could we stuff it into the mote of light, maybe get a vacuum or something? You saw what happened to our impulsive friend. Couldn't control his curiosity, and look what that got to him. No one knows what reaction you might set off if you get too close to that thing. This mass is much larger and brighter than any of the instants I've seen so far. It feels like it's getting closer. Huh? What the? You're the chosen one. Oh, she got hit too. My eyes. What happened? Did all the light just converge on you? Yeah, that happens a lot. You know, maybe you've not heard, I am a dragon slayer, a paladin. I feel like, oh, the savior of Erinn. I have many things. I think we only have 4 titles, right? Dragon Knight, Savior Erinn, Paladin. Then the one who rescued Morgan? Yeah, we have many things at this point. Kind of feel like, no, we only have 1. I was gonna say we're kind of like Ichigo, where he's spoilers if you have not, but it's like an old ass manga at this point. If you haven't, that's on you. It's kind of like, I feel like, I was gonna say we're like Ichigo, we're Soul Reaper, a Hollow, a Vizar, and a Quincy. We're like everything at this point. So we're kind of like that. Although I feel like I really need to finish reading Bleach. I kind of stopped after, what was it? After he got his dual Zanpato or something. Because I was like, it's getting boring. We went through so much effort trying everything we could think of to condense it. How were you able to do it easily? But wait. Her face momentarily shifts from the shock to concerns, drawing a handkerchief from her pocket. Melwyn carefully wraps it around the orb's newly condensed, or is it colossi? Was it? Condensed light. All the evidence thus far had demonstrated that it was dangerous to touch the light with one bare hands. I don't know how it is that you seem to be completely unaffected. Indeed. The motes of light were present in greater numbers than before, and even now, colorless, or is it colorless? Or is it? I know it's like condensed, where it's like it's like coming together. Coloside. Is it coloside? Colosed? How do you pronounce this word? All right, Siri. Colos. Pronounce it. Coalesce. Okay. Coalesced it in your hands. Why is my screen so bright? They're behaving with astonishing stability, considering our past experience. And you say you felt fine when you touched it. Curious. Could it be that the light is attracted to you? Don't you have a light too? Wasn't there one just now? No. What am I saying? We can't be sure about anything at this point. Would you deliver this letter to Senate? I wrote her a request while you were performing your medical administration on our foolhardy compatriot. Based on everything that happened so far, I think we can put forward a pretty convincing case. Once I present all the latest info, I'm sure that Ether too. I probably should write that name down. He probably will come up in the future. Him, Queen, and the other big names we had before. Alexis, Erinn, who else? Was it Fergus Mac something? There were some other gods they mentioned and some generals, commanders. Our broad-minded monarch will listen to what I have to say. While you're doing that, I'm going to thoroughly investigate this cluster Stardust. I'll keep you posted with any update. Sure, any ongoing analysts uncover anything of interest. This breakthrough is, after all, largely thanks to your participation. Now that I secured the specimen that was obscure in Solia, Campfire Spirit. Oh, I should make my preparation to return. The others at the society will be no doubt curious. I shall see you soon, Ursula. Until then, take care. Be sure you give that letter to Sinid. Do I get a feather? No? No feather? Like, look at this guy. This guy definitely looks like a royal guard. Look at him. He's all geared out. Wish I could have cool armor like that, but no. Oh, too poor. Isn't that like a gacha only armor? Sinid. Yeah. Oh, Ursula, I heard you accompany Melwyn on the Society of Astronomy expedition. You must have just recently returned. Hand over Melwyn's letter. What's this now? Was there a matter of such import that... Is that how that word's used? That she didn't trust sending it by owl? Where would she ask you to hand deliver, Ursula? Tinny opens the letter with a puzzled expression, giving you a brief look, before calmly reading its message. Ah, I see. Intriguing. Melwyn is a clever girl. I suppose she wished not only for her letter to arrive quickly, but for you to be present when I read it. You saw it when you were with Melwyn, did you not? Recently, strange motes of light have been discovered all across the continent. As we established before, they seem to hold a potent energy. According to this letter, the power appears to gather around you and is somehow affected by contact with you. I think that's why the motes of light I asked you to deliver to Melwyn didn't scatter. As it so happens, some strange material have been discovered near these motes of light. According to the results of the research from many of our academic societies, astronomy included, these materials don't match any known substance. Is it space power? Are we about to unlock space skills? I feel like this isn't like a skill set, it's like a faction unlock. Kinda like... No, maybe we did have faction because we had the what was it? The knights, the cadet knights, where like you do missions and you progress that like faction or whatever up of them. It's kind of like that. Is that kind of like that? The current proposal is to find a way to stabilize the light by making use of those materials. Of course, researching anything truly new takes a good deal of time and testing and funding. Since the Royal Castle provides support for so many academic society across the broad swath of disciples or disciplines, it's difficult for us to give everyone the support they need. There's no guarantee that any given hypothesis will be proven, and the budget, while generous, is still limited. You've seen this firsthand in the case of Astronomy Society. They don't even have enough first aid supplies to go around. They said they'd rather spend money on things they need for their research than procure medical necessity. I mean, that's understandable. That is why our monarch Ether too decided to establish a support system for the scholarly organization. Melwyn has accepted an assignment in Dumbarton to oversee sponsorship and donation whenever she's not busy with her investigation. And, of course, if you sponsor society activities, we can share the newly researched material with you. Many of the scholars were very intrigued by the way the light was attracted to you, Ursula. They probably think they can control this power, which they come to call Stardust through you. So they want me to get that. I feel like we're maybe in the future we'll be a political chess piece in the generation quest line or side quest, unless this game won't go political. But then again, we just had a political warfare with dragons in like G8. I mean, it was a small one, And even at that point, there was no one there to help me. Thank you guys. I will appreciate the help against this goddamn red dragon. Not you, the viewers. I meant like the NPCs. Because they were like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be dangerous or something. Well, I'm still pretty skeptical and sus of Belletta. But I mean, she might have got fooled too. But anyways, off topic. The Royal Castle provides its sponsor with a variety of benefits. You should ask Melwyn about it if you're interested. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to give you the pinch. Right now, she should have returned from Aria and is probably poring over what she found. You should head over to Dumbarton and meet up with her, Ursula. Did you need anything else? Nope. Whoa, man, this quest is still going. This is a pretty long quest. Oh man, it does look pretty long here though, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'd probably call it a video because it's like already over 35 minutes. It's practically almost an hour, as you can see the timer going. Ah, you return, Ursula. I just minutes ago finished writing up my report on all that transpired in Solia. Cindy told you, right? About the soliciting sponsorship for society activities? If we want to keep pursuing research on new findings or phenomena. Is it phenomena? F it. New findings and phenomenon. It's important that we secure sponsorship and other well-to-do benefactors. Normally, I turn to my family for support in securing introduction to various nobles. You kind of remind me of another character. But it seems like the light of a Stardust is attracted to you. The Society of Astronomy is planning to analyze the new materials, including this unstable mode of light. Somewhat unexpectedly, the Alchemy Society has taken a particular interest in the matter as well. Once we study the materials in greater depth, we might even be able to control the light. I only wish there was a faster way to do this, but trust me, all of us are very good at what we do. If you can provide support for the Society research, we'll share any new materials we refine with you. Ursula, with your skills, you may be able to use them in a way we couldn't foresee. I couldn't go on research mission very often, unfortunately, so I'll probably stay posted here in Dumbarton to manage any goods or fundings we receive from sponsors. Just as well, I already read all the literature and society research library multiple times. I decided to pursue this lead because becoming a preeminent expert in a new area of study like Stardust seemed far more appealing. I think we'll be seeing much more of each other, so come back and tell me whenever you decide to take up the noble cause of carrying forward the torch of scientific discovery. You end the conversation with Melwyn. Hey, Damn, can't pronounce words. All these big words in the story and my dumbass can't pronounce it. A astronomical discovery. Alright, so there's a part 2. But I'll probably just stop here. There's like 40 minutes of pure dialogues. But anyways, that's it for this start of a new adventure. We met this little girl who I thought was an old woman, or somehow in a little body or something cursed. What, I don't know. It's a common trope. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna join this faction or society of researcher, and maybe we'll get something out of it. Well, we probably will. I mean, I feel like this is kind of it. But what that power does, pretty curious. Is it like a combat power? Is it a defensive power? Or is it more like a life skill power thing where, I don't know how to explain, where it's like more passive and you use it in the background than like the normal combat stuff where you're like more like using it out there, you know what I mean? But I guess we'll see what us and Melwyn will discover in Sinid on their start of the Stardust adventure. Sounds like JoJo Bizarre Adventure. But anyways, thanks for watching. Love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.